Okay, so this is like a quick tutorial on how to make fully functional door in Unreal Engine 4 using blueprint scripting. It's gonna be pretty easy and straightforward if you want to, and take a look at my video. So first one, just create a new blank project of third-person project. As you can see, I'm using a third-person template here, and eventually you're gonna get the star content pack from Unreal Engine by default. Just open it up and go to props. You're gonna find this door and door frame. These two you're gonna use to create a door. So first we need to check for collision first. You click double click on it. Gonna click on collision and gonna click on show and simple collision. You can see it doesn't have a collision for now. Just create it by going to collision and add box simplified collision. Okay, gonna head back to the content browser and do the same thing on the door frame. Gonna check for the collision here. Sorry. Oh, it has a collision right now, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. So for the next one, we're gonna create blueprint. Gonna go into the content here and click new folder. Let's call it blueprints. Double click on it and you're gonna create a new blueprint class of type actor. Name it BP underscore door or something like that. It's fine. Double click on it and I'm gonna open up like this window. You're gonna click on add and on static mesh. Gonna name it door mesh like that. On here, we're gonna plug it in our door mesh here. Now, to simulate the rotating door, we're gonna just press this button right here, or you can simply press space or W E R for scale, E for rotate. So you can try to figure out which rotation that you need to when the door opens. I'm gonna set it to like maybe 80 degrees. It's enough for me. Okay, so let's make another mesh here. Plug it into the default scene root instead of a door mesh. Gonna use the door frame here. You can move it and fit it to the door mesh. Alright, this should be good for now. Alright, so the next step is we have to create a box collision here. Box collision. So it can detect whether the player reached this box or not. And shape it as you want. Resize it. And make it as this big, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna change the collision preset to custom and set it all to ignores except for pound. Pound is our character and all of this stuff we don't need it. Gonna click on begin overlap and on end overlap. Okay, so on the event graph, this is our event. On component begin overlap, on component end overlap of the box collision itself. I'm gonna drag from other actor and cast it to BP, our BP third person character. Do the same thing for the end one. Just copy and paste it. Gonna get these two nice little note here. The next thing is I'm gonna create a UI right here. Actually, I'm gonna save it all first and click create a new folder and call it actor. Drag the door actor to that, and on the UI side, I'm gonna create a new widget blueprint here. Let's call it WBP underscore player HUD. HUD stands for head up display, I guess. Gonna create a canvas panel here. Just a quick canvas panel, and then create a size box on the middle of the screen here. Make it size to content enabled and change the width and height override. Gonna set it to 250 and maybe 50, I guess. It's good for now. And change the alignment here to actually to 0.5, so it's gonna be in the middle of the screen. And for the position Y, you can modify it as you want. Gonna leave it on 200 for now. And on the size box, you can add like overlay here. Yes, overlay. And you're gonna have an image here. I'm gonna set the color of the image to something darker and decrease the opacity of the image. Then gonna add a text here and make it fill in the overlay. I'm gonna make it center now, and I'm gonna make it to the center of the center horizontally, vertically. Then I'm gonna set the text to, let's say, E to interact. Okay, here. Okay, so I'm gonna call this size box as interact component. Interact size box. Gonna go back into the event grab, and I'm gonna create two new functions here. Only one new function would be enough. Toggle interact toggle interaction size box. It requires one inputs here. Type boolean, and let's set it to toggle of new visibility. On the interact size box, you can make sure to check the is variable here in the size box, otherwise it won't be working. Drag it and let's set visibility. You cannot just plug it in this boolean into the enum. You can actually make a select node here, select here, and just plug it in here. So on the true, we're gonna set it to non-hit-testable, and the false, I'm gonna set it to collapsed. Why not hidden and visible? It's fine though if you want to. Just gonna leave it for these settings for now. Gonna go back to here, and I'm gonna test it out. But first, we have to create and show the WBP on player screen here. And go to third person and blueprint. Go to the BP underscore third person character. On the event begin play here, gonna create a new widget here. Just type create widget, and you gonna pop up here. Type WBP underscore player HUD, and don't forget to add to viewport. Or you can actually add to player screen, it's fine if you want to. And under return value, you're gonna promote it to variable. Let's call it player underscore HUD. Player HUD reference. Just like that. Just plug it into the add to viewport. Now, when you run the program, it will show like a small HUD in the middle, E interact. But actually, we need to have blueprint interface here. So let's create it. Right click on the any folder that you want. Click on blueprint and blueprint interface. Let's call it for now BI underscore interact. On interact. Here. On the input, I'm gonna pass in the BP underscore third person character, and let's call it owner reference. Okay. Gonna go back to the BP third person character and click on class settings. Click on class default, I guess. I have to find it out first. Yeah, it's on class settings, and you're gonna find it under interface and implemented interface. Just click on add and search for bi_interact. Now you will get you have implemented the interface on this actor. So the next thing you want to do is go to edit and project settings, go into the input section here. Gonna create on action mapping, new action mapping. Let's call it interact. By the way, I'm using the alt input mappings. I guess we're gonna use the new one for now. So let's try them. Gonna go to the third person input. On the action, just copy and paste some of this. Gonna paste jump here. Let's call it IA_interact. Oh, this one triggers press and release. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna go to the IMC_default here and just click add plus on the mappings and select IA_interact, and just you can actually press E here and search for E, or you can just click on this little button here and just press E on your keyboard like that. Now you're good to go, and go back to our third person character. Gonna use enhanced IA_interact here. Oh, sorry. Here, this one. Okay. On triggered, more processing text started and cancel. Oh, okay. So this is gonna be our press, and this is our released event. So on started here, I'm gonna call on interact message here. Okay. For the target, we have to specify the target, which is our door here, right? But actually, it will be better if we create some kind of line trace. So let's create a line trace here. Let's call line trace by channel. For the starting one, just use our camera. Let's try those. I'm gonna try it first. And for the end one, just gonna get actor, get roll forward. Just use the get actor location here and get actor forward factor and multiply it. Sorry, right click and to float. Multiply it, let's say, by 400. Oh, it's too far away. 250, and just add this value to the actor forward factor one. Just plug it into the AND one. Third channel should be visibility, or you can modify it as you like. Actors to ignore should be empty for now. Throw debug type for duration for debugging purposes. Gonna check in branch. If it's true, I'm gonna expand the out hit and make this to hit actor, and the owner reference should be ourselves, right? So this is our interaction. So let's try it out. Press E. Now look, it will generate some line in front of the player, and when it hits something, it's gonna show like a red block or a red square or something. Yeah, pretty sure that it's working right now. So let's implement the door. By default, we should set the interaction size box to false, so it's not gonna show up to the screen for default. Go back to the BP door, and here I'm gonna get our HUD reference. So it's gonna be get BP HUD reference, and I'm gonna toggle the interaction size box to true on when the player overlap with this box, and false if the player are not overlapping with the box collision here. So why not just test it out here. Look, now when the players, oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to disable this. Forget. Look, now when the player overlap with the box, it will show like on the screen, interact, and when the player leave the box, it will be gone. So now we have just to create the interaction and rotation of the door. So to do that, we're just gonna go to class settings and implement our recently created interface, bi underscore interface. Just right click on anywhere, just type for event on interact. This one, okay? It's from bi underscore interact. Make sure that it is from bi underscore interact. And on arrival, we just gonna check for it's valid. It's not necessary though, but it's better to add some validation check before everything you want to do. You can actually just make an is valid here if you want to, but I'm not going to do that. Like this. On the event interact, we're gonna make the door rotates 80 degrees for now. So we're gonna create add new timeline here. Add timeline, let's call it timeline underscore door rotation, door opens. Gonna play it. I'm gonna actually make a variable here. Let's call it door opens. Is door opens. Should be false by default. So here you're gonna vice versa the the state of this. Just gonna make this and not boolean. So you're gonna reverse every times the event interact with this one. Reverse the state of the boolean. So let's check it out. When if it's on true, I'm gonna play it on this one, and false, I'm gonna make it on reverse. On the update one, we just have to double click on it first and click on add track and add float track. Gonna make it a lerp alpha. Okay, right click on everywhere and add key, make the time to 0 and the value to 0, and right click on anywhere again, add another key, and let's make the time to 2 seconds and the value is going to be 1. Change the length to 2 seconds, and you're going to click on these 2 buttons to zoom to fit. Just hold Control and click on both key here, right click on it and auto. It's gonna make us some smooth animation for here. Okay, head back to event grab again and lerp rotator. Make it from 0, 0, 0 to 0, 0, 80. Okay. Okay, and then gonna go back to our door mesh and set set relative rotation. Okay, and then go plug it in here. Now you're good to go, guys. Let's try this out. Now look, it's very smooth, and you can close it again, and or you can spam your E button and it's not like stuttering or something like that. It's very smooth, and you can walk past through it. You may notice some camera bug here. You can fix it very easily. Go into your BP door and select these two mesh. Go to collision presets and custom it. Set the camera to false, to ignore, sorry. It's gonna be working perfectly fine without any error, without any jittering or stuttering on the camera, on the door itself. You can close the door again, open it again, close it again. So yeah, you're good to go. I think that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just let me know if you have any comments or suggestion. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.